Well, I made you a promise. I don't even want to make this video because I'm fucking sick. All sorts of stupid shit. I'm lazy. But I made a promise. So I'm back. Got some shit to talk about today. You're gonna have to forgive my breathing and shit because I'm sick, like I said. I got some shit to talk to you about today. We got concerts, and I mean, I'm wearing the Cadabra Records shirt, so there must be something coming for that, right? Stay tuned. I don't know how to start, so I'll just get into it. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I went to In Flames in Vancouver. There's gonna be lots of ums because I haven't rehearsed this at all. I'm just free forming this. I'll try and make like 3 videos. This one will be In Flames, the next one will be Infected Mushroom, and then the Cadabra at the end. Here's your teaser. You can, if you're interested, go check out the other shit. 2 weeks ago-ish, I went to In Flames. It was fucking awesome. When we got there, we went in. They're like, "Hey, here's your poster." It came in like a tube. I was like, "Okay." I got my poster, stuck it in my bag that I was carrying around. I brought my Eye the Mask picture disc that I've shown off in my other videos. I wanted to get it signed. I didn't get the chance. But bear with me. We got story time. Both of these concerts that I went to they were meet and greet tickets. So I got some stories for you. So we got my poster. We went in, sat down. I don't remember the band names. There was like 3 openers for In Flames. The first one was okay, and then the other 2 weren't my shit. And then In Flames' show was awesome. But before we get into that, the meet and greet for In Flames happened before any of the shows. So we got the poster, we came and we sat down, and the owner of the rickshaw, I would imagine, called all VIPs up to in front of the stage type area, and he explained to us there's VIP 1s and VIP 2s, and I looked at my wristband and I thought it said VIP 1, but I like rolled it over and it actually said VIP 2, and he was like, "Alright, well, after your quick little meet and greet here, VIP 2s come over there, and we'll do some other shit, and then your VIP 1s, you can go buy your merch or whatever the fuck you want to do." So then we stood out in like a kind of a semicircle. There was maybe 20 of us, and then the fucking band came out. It was I think it was the drummer came out first. I'm gonna be a little funky on names here. One of the other guys there fucking listed them all off like he knew them like people. After the show, I looked it up. So now I'm familiar with Chris Broderick. I didn't know your name before there. I know Megadeth. Everyone knows Megadeth, but I'm not like balls deep in the Megadeth. So you looked like a Megadeth guy. I could tell you were something, but I looked it up, and he's the fucking Megadeth guitarist. I think one of the Megadeth guitarists works in Flames now. So that's very cool, and I got to shake his hand and tell him to have a good show. But yeah, one thing you'll find with these fucking meet and greet stories from me, because I'm fucking stupid, chronological, we're going to jump back and forth all over the place. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not going to cut this for you. It's not going to make sense. You're coming on a fucking wild ride with me. This is how I experience life, so come along with me and experience the fucking madness. So they brought out the dudes. I said the drummer first, then Bjorn, the guitarist for In Flames, came out. And so the drummer, there was 2 of us in like two semicircles, and the drummer came around the front row, and I was standing in the back of the Let me get a fucking... Let me draw you a picture. So, you got your two fucking semicircles. I don't know if that's showing up. Jesus Christ, camera, show me my thing. So, you got your two semicircles. I was standing there, and the band came out. I put an arrow so you know. The band came out that way. And so the first guy was a drummer, and he just went around the front semicircle, and he like walked past us. And I turned to my girlfriend, and I just kind of like, oh well, I guess we're fucked out of getting the handshake, because he was shaking everyone's hands. He walked past. Bjorn came up, shook the first two people's hands, and then fucking reached through them to me. And he reached through to me. I was like, oh my god! And then he looked at me in the eyes, and he was like, whoa, scary eyes, man. And then he shook my hand, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. I think Anders came out after Bjorn, and Chris Broderick was last. I forgot the bass. I forgot where Mr. Bassman came in. Sorry, dude. But, I mean, you've only been there for a couple years, so forgive me. But yeah, they came out, they shook everyone's hands. I shook Anders. I'm gonna fucking call him Anders. I think you're supposed to say Anders. Don't worry, I know. It's just, I said, I'm fucking stupid. You know what it is. They came out, a bunch of people asked questions. I'll try and... I should have made this video sooner, because I'm a little foggy now. The very first question, they were like, alright, who's got a question? The dude, two people to the right of me, his fucking phone went off with a Metal Gear alert noise as they were like, who's got a question? And so they're like, well, I guess it's gonna be you. What's your question? And so everyone expected it to be like this short little bullshit thing, but he had this fucking crazy spiel. Like, it was like rehearsed, and he was like, you know, with, I can't even do it justice. He started at, like, the beginning of In Flames' career, like, talked about them through the years and their influence on the metal community and how they feel about that. And, like, everyone turned back to In Flames, and they were just kind of, like, stunned. Like, you're a verbose little angel, aren't you? And they went into detail. Each of them, I'll tell you a little bit about their answers, but, I mean, I was told not to film them, so that it was our little experience. Me telling you doesn't properly reveal what was going on, so it's like a little bit okay, but I don't want to, I paid for the VIP ticket, I don't want to give you the full experience, but I'll give you my story. Someone asked, if you're sitting at home, and you're just like drinking a beer, what would you put on? And it was just like completely mixed. Like, they all listen to just, you know, whatever. They're normal human beings. They have different tastes. That's how it is. A dude to the left of me mentioned that, like, he was a Syrian dude, and he ran away from fucking home to go see In Flames in, like, 2011 in some big Dubai festival or something. And they were, like, blown away that he was the same guy that was there. And then, like, a couple questions went by, and I went to ask my question. And as I went to ask my question, the Syria guy went to go to ask another. And I was like, ugh! But then he fucking stopped, and he let me ask. So I asked, because I gotta ask this to every artist I get the chance. I said, out of all the songs in your catalog, is there one that you are most proud of having written and released to the world as your creation, or, for those that are newer to the band, one that's fun to play? Like, your favorite one to play live. And Anders said that Come Clarity, the song, and the album in general, was probably what he'd have to say, because he wrote it for his daughter. Maybe daughters. I'm misremembering. Sorry, Anders. But it was like a significant point in his life, and so he likes that one. He wrote that one for them. Bjorn, before Anders even spoke, Bjorn kind of like half rolled his eyes with a big smile and was like, picking a favorite of your children. And I was like, yeah, I'm asking you that, I gotta. But he didn't actually give, I don't think he gave an answer after that. He kind of dodged the question there. The bassist said, I think he said, I the Mask. And the drummer said, Alias. I don't know if Chris Broderick answered that question, because, I mean, he is from Megadeth, so, I mean, it might be a little weird if he was bringing up Megadeth songs, but, that's pretty much all I can remember from the questions that was significant. So, like, that happened. It went on for a while. It's a pretty short story, but it went on for, like, 40 minutes or something. Each of the 5 guys answered each of our questions. So it wasn't pretty cool. It was really cool. The band went and said their goodbyes. They went backstage, and then the owner of the rickshaw split us up again and said, "All right, VIP 2s over here, VIP 2 1s, do your thing." So he gets the VIP 2s together, and he's like, "All right, listen up." And I'm thinking, "Oh, fuck, this isn't gonna be good. You guys paid for the VIP tickets with a backstage pass, and we don't have a backstage," says the guy. And we're all like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "So in order to make it up for you and make it worth your money, we're going to take you out to the guy's tour bus." Okay, alright, I'll do it. I'm down, let's do it. So, there was maybe 8 or 10 of us, and we all fucking crammed on their tour bus. It was like fucking sardines packed in there. It was hard to get in there. But Jordan, my girlfriend, got to sit rubbing arms with fucking Chris Broderick, and I was rubbing arms with the bassist, and it was fun in the tour bus. It was much more... It was almost like awkward and... like, I don't know, just like... I'm sure it's a little awkward for bands to have like meet and greets with like 20 fans asking them questions. So with less of us in the van, the bus, they were telling us about like, oh, there's a TV screen where we watch our movies and video games, we sleep over here, blah, blah, blah. Anders was pouring a drink. The dude across from me, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. I don't know your name, so you're safe in that regard, but the dude across from me, I'm so glad that I didn't ask the awkward question. I don't want to be the one that asks the weird... I don't want to be that guy, I don't want to be that one. This guy was that guy. He started, like, it was a bit of an awkward pause. He was the same guy that listed all of them by name. And actually, I'm getting ahead of myself, because that's coming up. It got a little awkward, and he started talking about the weather. We were talking about, like, homeless people in Vancouver, because... And Anders said, I guess he's really good at, like, speaking English, but I wonder if, like, he misunderstands words every now and then, because he was referring to crackheads as crackers, and that was a little funny. I didn't want to correct him, but if you see this video, Anders, there you go, correction. They were talking about crackers in Vancouver and other Vancouver stuff, and then the guy started talking about the weather. And Anders was like pouring his drink, and he looked over and he's like, "So, this morning when you woke up and you got ready to come to the show, and you came to the show, did you ever think that you'd be here, sitting on In Flames tour bus?" And the guy like went to go answer, but then Anders continued talking about the weather. And the guy was like, "Oh," he like stumbled over his words. He's like, "Oh no, it's like a surreal experience being here with..." Then he listed them all by name and like it was a little awkward. And Anders followed up with, "Yeah, talking about the weather." So I'm really glad I didn't get fucking zinged by Anders like that. Gotta get a sugar lump on Cookie Clicker. So that was that. And then when we went to go leave the bus, I shook the bassist's hand and told him have a good show. I mentioned earlier that I shook Chris Broderick's hand and told him to have a good show. That happened as they were leaving right before we got gathered for VIP 2. So, that pretty much covers that. The poster tube that I mentioned, I'm not a video editor, I'm telling you right now, but I'm gonna try and do something for you guys. I've got pictures of the posters and shit, so, here is the poster, and if it didn't work, you just saw me looking stupid at the camera. And here is the set list. Both of them signed. That's what I got in the poster tube. I was surprised when I got home. I opened that shit up and I was like, oh my god, there it is. Because I remember in the ticket information it said you get other goodies. And I was like, oh, well, I thought I was going to get my vinyl signed. I didn't get a chance to get the vinyl signed. When Anders zinged the dude about the weather, he kind of looked over at the bag I was holding, like almost as if to ask, like, what's in the bag? What do you have there? But he didn't ask that, so I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, can you sign this? I didn't want to be that guy. Everyone's going to pull out their shit and it's going to be awkward. But regardless, I got a signed set list and a signed glow-in-the-dark poster. You can't see that from that picture, but glow-in-the-dark. All of the light-up parts got shit that glow-in-the-dark. I think that about covers In Flames. Nearly a 20-minute video, too, so thanks for sticking with me if you did. Hope I wasn't too fucking confusing. And if it was, then goodbye, and you probably already left. But if it was tolerable and you enjoyed that, stick around. Oh yeah, well, actually, before I end this, I mentioned the pictures of the posters and shit. I forgot to mention, before the band left, there was like the questions, and then the gathering of the VIP 2s and all that shit. Right before that happened, we had pictures with the band. So, here is the picture of me and my girlfriend with In Flames. So, there you go. If you found this video enjoyable, if you didn't mind my nonsensical... I'm sure there's a name. Those puzzles in school where you'd get like fucking 6 frames in a timeline. They're all jumbled, chronological bullshit. You gotta figure them out. That's what my fucking brain is like, bro. So, if you can figure it out, that was my experience. You got more questions for me in person, go ahead and ask me. You got questions in the comments, you go ahead and ask me. I always forget about that shit. I'm not a fucking YouTuber. You post it, if you post it there, I got email notifications. I'm sure you've seen, if you looked at my other videos, I reply to comments and stuff. I appreciate it. Appreciate your views and all that shit. For real. Like, I say all that shit as if I don't, but I do. Thank you for watching. But if you're interested in the infected mushroom story, probably the same level of nonsense, maybe a little shorter, stay tuned.